In this next part, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to do something a little bit more advanced. In these problems, it says find the area of each triangle. Now, just starting with the basics here, area of a triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height. So if you know the base and you know the height, you multiply them together like you would in a rectangle, base times height, or length times width, same idea. Except since a triangle is a rectangle cut in half, you multiply it by 1/2 or divide it by 2. So 1/2 base times height. Now when we look at these pictures, I'm actually going to color code this a little bit. Base and height. So when I look at these pictures, I'm going to try to identify all the heights. And the height in this first one is this dashed line. Height in the second one is this dashed line here. The height and the height. Now the base is always going to form a right angle with the height. It isn't necessarily always the bottom, but if your height is going up and down, then your base is going to be the bottom in that case. So in all of these pictures, it happens to be the bottom. So basically, we just need the red side and the orange side of these triangles, and we're good to go. Unfortunately, when I look at these pictures, we don't have that in any of them. In some of them, we have part of the orange side, or in one of them, we actually do get the red side. But for the most part, we're kind of on our own. So what we're going to have to do is use the Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to zoom way in to the point where we actually can't even see part of this problem because we want to focus on one piece at a time. I see this right here, and I see a right triangle. This is a right angle as well. And that right triangle right there, we can use Pythagorean theorem to solve for the leg over here on the right. Let's call this one x. So using what we know about Pythagorean theorem, we've got a and b, and then we've got c is the longest one, so the 18. So if we take 9 squared plus x squared equals 18 squared, then we're going to end up with 81, because that's what we get when we calculate 9 squared, plus x squared, does not simplify, equals, and then 18 squared happens to be 324. Since we want to get rid of that right there, that 81 plus, we need to add a negative 81 to both sides. That makes this go to 0, goes away. On the other side, we take that away and we get 243 is equal to x squared. To get x alone, we undo that, we square root, and we get square root of 243. Now, if we read the directions on this one, it says round answers to the nearest tenth, intermediate values to the nearest tenth. That means that this one is not going to be the exact radical form like we just did. We're actually going to round these. So in my calculator, I take the square root of 243, and I get 15.588. I round that off to the nearest tenth, meaning 15.6. X equals 15.6. Now, x happens to go right there in my picture. Did not want to erase that. 15.6. Now I actually know the height of this triangle. So that red thing I wanted to find, the height, I know it. It's 15.6. That's handy. Now I just got to get the base. I know that part of the base is 9, but that's not good enough. I need the whole base. So let's draw ourselves another triangle. Look at that, another right triangle. How convenient. This time we have the C side, again, 22. We have either the A or B side, the 15.6, and then the other one, this leg here, which we do not know. So let's go ahead and call that one W. So let's call this one the B side. Let's call that, or I guess we just call it B. Why not? If we start working through this, we're going to have 15.6 squared plus B squared equals C squared, which is 22 squared. Now, I'm not even going to calculate 15.6 squared. I know what it is. It's going to be this number right over here before I square root it. It's 243. Plus B squared equals, in 22 squared, plug that in my calculator, you get 484. Like we've been doing, we need to get rid of the 243. We need to add a negative 243 to both sides. And when we take away 243, we end up with 241. So actually, pretty close number. B squared equals 241. And to finish it off, we need to just get B, not B squared, so we square root both sides. And when we do that, we get 15.5. We round it 15.5. So very close to what we previously had. $15.5. We still didn't answer the actual problem. It wants the area of this triangle. Fortunately, we finally have the information we need to put it all together, so now we just got to do it. It wants the base, which we said is this whole orange segment. We know that that orange segment is composed of that 9 and this 15.5 combined together or added together. So if we add those two numbers, we end up with 24.5, 24 and a half. And we know the height is 15.6. So our area equals our 1/2 times our base, 24.5, times our height, 15.6. And when we take all of that times each other, we get 191.1. That is going to be our area. Since we don't have units, we're not going to put units on our answer, so we'll just put 191.1. All of these are definitely challenging problems, but I know that you can knock them out. Give it your best. Take your time, work one step at a time, and each step is not super hard, so it's just a matter of working your way through it.